Hey friends, welcome back to Easy AI, the place where coding meets creativity. Today we're building something super fun, a secret message encoder and decoder that works entirely in emoji mode. Imagine being able to send a message that looks like a chain of colorful emojis, and only the people who know your decoder can turn it back into text. That's exactly what we're doing today. It's like creating your own secret spy language with Python. The main idea is pretty simple. Each letter of the alphabet gets assigned a unique emoji. For example, the letter A becomes a smiley face, B becomes a rocket, C becomes a star, and so on. That way, if you write a word like hello, instead of seeing plain text, you'll see a fun little emoji string. And then when you want to turn the emoji string back into words, you simply reverse the process. To make this happen, we need two key things: a mapping that turns letters into emojis, and a reverse mapping that turns emojis back into letters. This mapping is stored in what Python calls a dictionary, which is just a collection of key value pairs. The keys are our letters, and the values are the emojis we want them to become. Once we have that dictionary, Python can instantly look up any letter and find its matching emoji. But we don't want to stop at just encoding. If we can only go one way, we'd be stuck with the message we can't read anymore. That's where the reverse mapping comes in. We create a second dictionary that does the exact opposite. It takes each emoji and points back to its original letter. That way, the system is complete. We can go from letters to emojis, and then back from emojis to letters. Now, let's talk about the functions that actually do the work. The first one is the encoder. What it does is take in a piece of text, like a word or a sentence, and then it goes through each character one by one. If the character is a letter, it finds the emoji that matches it in our dictionary. If it's something else, like a space, number, or punctuation mark, it just leaves it alone. Everything gets stitched together into a brand new string made of emojis. So let's say you type the word hello. The encoder would check H, replace it with its fire emoji, check E, and replace it with the brain emoji, check L twice and replace both with musical notes, and then O with the globe emoji. The final result is a string of 5 emojis that looks nothing like the original text, but still secretly holds the same message. Next comes the decoder function. It does the same process in reverse. Instead of checking letters, it checks emojis. It looks at each emoji in the encoded string and uses the reverse dictionary to figure out which letter it corresponds to. If it sees the fire emoji, it knows that should be the letter H. If it sees the globe emoji, it knows that's O. Piece by piece, it rebuilds the original word until you get the decoded message back exactly as you typed it. Finally, we put it all together in a simple little demo. The program asks you to type a message. Once you give it some text, it shows you the encoded version, the fun emoji chain, and then it immediately decodes it back to normal text so you can see how reliable the system is. You type in hello world, it shows you the emoji version, and then it proves it can turn that back into hello world without any mistakes. This project is more than just fun with emojis. It's a really good example of how mapping and data transformation work in Python. You're learning about dictionaries, which are one of the most useful data structures in programming. You're learning about functions and how they can take an input, process it, and return new output. And you're also learning about how to handle text, loops, and string building. All of these are core skills that you'll use in bigger, more advanced projects. And beyond the learning, it's just a cool tool to play with. You can send secret emoji codes to your friends, challenge them to guess what the words mean, or even extend the project to support uppercase letters, numbers, or custom symbols. You could also replace emojis with other kinds of symbols, like turning letters into random words, or even creating a full substitution cipher. This project is a great launchpad for exploring the world of cryptography in a very beginner-friendly and fun way. So, that's the emoji secret message encoder and decoder. It's playful, it's creative, and it's a great way to practice your Python skills. If you enjoyed this project, try extending it, share it with your friends, and keep experimenting. That's how you'll grow as a coder.